Hey, hello everyone. Ed from New Haven, Connecticut. Hope everybody is doing well. Wanted to put out another video today and do a little vinyl finds video on some new stuff I picked up over the past month or so. I've taken a look at my video history and it seems like I've become a charter member of the Video a Month Club. I'm pretty much just doing a video a month at this point. I really appreciate the fact that other VCers and friends of mine are able to put out more content more frequently. It's always a blast. But for me right now, once a month seems to be working really well. So as always, I appreciate folks taking the time to watch, like, and comment, and all that good stuff. Anyway, enough with that intro. I've got pretty much a nice variety of stuff I've picked up, both used and new recently. So let's take a look. First off, we'll start off with some jazz. So this is Les McCann and Eddie Harris with an LP called Swift's Movement, recorded live at the Montreux Jazz Festival in Switzerland in 1969. Two jazz performers who I'd read about before, that I'd never listened to before or knew that much about. Let's see, Les McCann is the pianist and Eddie Harris is the man on the tenor sax. And when I picked up this live LP, for starters, it's very listenable, it's very accessible, it's very groovy, it's a great listen. And I was reading about it, and I had no idea about the history about this LP. It was a huge seller, multi-million seller, #1 jazz LP, big hit on the R&B charts as well. The main track that was played on this was the opening track on side one called Compared to What. In short, an excellent, funky, live jazz record. So a great intro point for these artists. I'm not too familiar with them, but it is excellent. So much so, a week or so later, I came across their second LP called Second Movement, which is a studio release from 1971. I think this is the only two LPs that they made together. Once again, very accessible, very funky. The first side is a bit more little jazz fusion oriented, a little bit more tricky time signatures. Not as much of a smooth listen, but for me, it sounds great. The second side is fantastic. I've been playing non-stop. So a really, really influential album when I read about this as well. So once again, Les McCann and Eddie Harris with their second LP called Second Movement, also on Atlantic. Really good stuff. I was happy to pick this up. Usually when I see this LP out there, the copies are usually pretty beat and I tend to pass it by. And this is War's LP, The World is a Ghetto, from 1973. No shortage of seeing this out there, but like I say, the copies I've come across in the past have been pretty scratched up, don't look good. Visual inspection on this looked really, really nice. I played it, cleaned it, played it, and it's fantastic. So look, for most folks, War's greatest hits is going to be plenty, and War is a phenomenal band, but this was definitely their biggest selling LP. It has my favorite War track on here, which is the Cisco Kid. I love that song. World is a Ghetto is the other single release from this LP. Once again, just a really great, powerful soul funk record. Political, inspirational, very much up there with like early 70s Marvin Gaye and Curtis Mayfield, if you ask me. So War, The World is a Ghetto from 1973, really excellent stuff. If you don't have any of their LPs proper, you certainly couldn't do any worse than getting this one. It is fantastic. Staying in the 70s soul vein, I'm circling around still to the Numero group and their soul re-releases of either artist compilations or specific artist LP. And this is an LP that was released in 1974. They put this out, a 50th anniversary version of this. And the LP is called Your Funny Moods, and the band is called Skip Mahoney and the Casuals. Once again, never heard of them. Didn't know anything about them. And with all the Numero Group releases, they do a lot of deep dive reissues of obscure bands, regional bands. This stuff came out, was out there for all of 10-15 minutes, maybe a regional hit, and just vanished into obscurity. So from what I read about this band, they were an R&B vocal group from the Washington, D.C. area. Have put out a couple of regional records, a couple of regional hits. And for the sound of this, I mean, once again, I know exactly what it's going to sound like. My guess anyway, and I was right. This is very much mid-tempo, mid-70s soul. Lots of strings, call and response, falsetto lead vocals, back-end vocals. Some of the stuff is even actually sung and spoken in these long mid-tempo funky tracks, very much like 70s Shy Lights, if you will. Think of that way as a comparison. An excellent LP. Once again, I love the fact Numero Groups finds these obscure bands and puts out these releases, and the sound quality, of course, is amazing. The mastering is fantastic. This is a great mid-70s soul funk listen right here. And once again, the band is called Skip Mahoney and the Casuals, and the LP Your Funny Moods, originally from 1974. A bit more contemporary on the funk side, strictly the instrumental side, is one of the latest releases on the Coal Mine label. I love the Coal Mine label. Alex, Beer and Vinyl, got me hooked onto this label. He talked about this record in depth. I think he did a whole video on it. Pollard Greens right here is the band. This is excellent. And Emeralds is the LP. So fantastic stuff that just came out earlier this year or at the end of last year. I think it came out in 2026. Once again, all instrumental, you know, bass, drums, and the good old Hammond B3 organ. Every track is funky, got a great hook, great party record, great record to clean the house to, all instrumental, fantastic stuff. So Pollard Greens right here with Emeralds, really, really good. And if you're into a lot of, like, you know, that stack soul music stuff and Motown music and all those instrumental bands and the musicianship they had, this is an LP pretty much geared to that. Certainly Booker T and the MGs comes to mind when listening to this. Excellent record. Pollard Greens, definitely worth checking out. All right, getting back into some used stuff I picked up at a record riot that I went to recently here in Connecticut. I was very happy to get this. This is the Specials with their second LP, More Specials, from 1980. I'm a big Specials fan. I'm a big Terry Hall fan. Once again, I've seen this out there before. Either the quality doesn't look good or it tends to be a little bit pricey. The record riot that I was at, I was able to negotiate and do some haggling and get down on a couple of LPs. I got a few of those I'll show also. An excellent LP, their second release from 1980. I love this record. So I guess in reading about the band, there was a lot of, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Concern or just disagreement on where they should take their music. So the first side is pretty much more the traditional ska upbeat stuff, and the second side, Jerry Dammers, it's a little bit more longer tracks, more instrumental. I think he was getting into more like Muzak and different genres of music that the band members just weren't connecting with. But it's an excellent record. Side one really brings it home. It's absolutely fantastic, and I love the Specials. So this is an excellent LP, More Specials from 1980. It's a great party, not to stop. All right, next up on the 80s side, I picked this up as well. Very happy to get. This takes me back to my college radio DJ days from 1987. This is Game Theory with Lolita Nation. So once again, the Game Theory discography is pretty small and it's pretty hard to get and fairly collectible out there. When I've seen it out there, it's very pricey. The only other release that I have of theirs was their final release, I think, Two Steps from the Middle Ages. Am I getting that right? I know that David Mfidelity is a big fan of this band as well, particularly because it is produced by Mitch Easter. I'm also a fan of Mitch Easter and the band that he produces. And look, Game Theory back in the day, college radio, mid 80s, they were the band. This is what college radio sound like. Very jangle pop, very catchy, certainly considered very left of center, was not getting played anywhere in the mainstream. And this is one of those intentional sprawling double LPs. There's a lot of great power pop catchy tunes on here. There's also a lot of unnecessary, you know, bleeps and bloops and sound effects and crap they put on here just to fill up, you know, a double LP set. I think that was kind of the goal. They wanted to have fun with it. They probably had fun making it. Some of that stuff isn't really great to listen to, but the tracks on here individually are fantastic. Chardonnay is a great song. The Real Sheila is on here as well. There's just so much great, you know, pop catchy hooks on this record. It's phenomenal. I was also psyched to get with it as well. Came with the original internal Enigma sleeves, which is great. And it also came with a little picture of the band at the time right here. And also Enigma put in like a little bio about the record also, as it sends it out to college radio stations for airplay. So all the inserts came with this, which was fantastic. So excellent stuff, really, really good. Game Theory with Lolita Nation. On the more contemporary side, here's an artist that I saw a number of years ago in concert. Didn't own any of his music at the time, but a good friend of mine was a huge, huge fan, and that is Father John Misty. So this is his debut LP, Fear Fund, from 2012. Once again, you know, I went to that show having an idea what to expect, and I was completely blown away. It's really something. It's a testament to the performer in the show. When I walk in there cold, not knowing any of the music, any of the songs, and it just completely just takes me there. It just knows how to work the crowd. Everybody in the audience knew every lyric to every song. It was just a really moving, beautiful experience. So I said to myself, I need to start picking up on his discography. So this is his debut, which is really, really wonderful. I know there's people out there that know Father John Misty really well. I've read about him over the years, so now I'm starting to pick up his catalog, and I figured I'd start with the very first one. So this is a lovely double gatefold set here. Very cool on the inside. And yeah, so I mean, the songs I had read about, that I'd heard about it, and now I'm listening to that I love is "Fun Times in Babylon" is a big song off of this. "Only Son of the Ladies' Man." "I'm Writing a Novel" is a great song. "Now I'm Learning to Love the War" is good. I mean, it's just a beautiful, acoustic, rich sounding, lush record. It's really, really phenomenal. I'm actually a fan of Fleet Foxes, and I know he was in Fleet Foxes for a brief period, and this was his first release, I think, after he left the band. So I'm looking forward to picking up more. Father John Misty, and exploring the catalog. Maybe I'll go in order. I'll see what speaks to me. But this is a wonderful, wonderful record by Father John Misty, Fear Fun from 2012. Moving forward, I've been moving back into revisiting a band who I'd forgotten a lot about, and now I'm picking up their catalog again. Always a great band, and all this stuff is new to me, and this is Saint Etienne. So this is Saint Etienne and Home Counties from 2017, I believe. So MortenAastad has got me back into Saint Etienne. He's been collecting their records on vinyl. Once again, a band I loved in the early 90s, had their early releases on CD, and then moved on to other stuff. So now I'm gravitating back towards other releases in their catalog. So this is a double LP, and ostensibly it's a nod to the towns they grew up in, you know, home counties, all the suburbs of towns outside of London, you know, Manchester and et cetera, and all of that. They list them on here as well. Surrey, Kent, Essex, all that good stuff. You know, very much a Saint Etienne record where it's very light, poppy, catchy music, with some lyrics that go along with that, but some lyrics that are also kind of dark in tone and more adult as well. This is a really beautiful gatefold here inside. No lyrics with the LP, which is a bummer because their lyrics are really wonderful. And once again, the appeal of Saint Etienne is that fantastic swing 60s London voice of Sarah Cracknell, the lead singer. So a wonderful LP. The first two sides are fantastic. Sides 3 and 4 get a little bit more experimental. Tracks are a bit drawn out, but it's all wonderful, and I've been playing this a lot. So Saint Etienne with Home Counties from 2017. I have a few more of their stuff to get, and I'll have pretty much all of them. So I'm excited to move forward and pick up some more Saint Etienne as the year goes on. All right, just a few more left. I had not seen this out there before. I picked this up in a record shop when I was in New Hampshire a while back with a buddy of mine. This is Alex Chilton and the High Rhythm Section right here with an LP that's called Live on Bill Street. So I've never seen this before. I was completely unaware of this Alex Chilton release. So apparently this was done, not apparently it was recorded back in 1999 at the New Daisy Theater in Memphis, Tennessee, according to the sleeve. And he was one of the performers that was on the bill that night. It looks like it was a benefit concert for a local musician. I have the inner sleeve right here, rather a tribute concert to this gentleman called Fred Stock. So these are the other artists that were on the bill that night. What a phenomenal bill right there. Rufus and Carla Thomas also. You know, great stuff. You know, Alex Chilton and the High Rhythm Section. So really wonderful. All covers. A crowd that's into it. You know, Boogie Shoes, Lucille, Big Boss Man, Where Did Our Love Go, Trying to Live My Life Without You. Just a fun bar band record. Beautiful sound, great mastering. I was really happy to get this. I had no idea this record even existed until I saw it. I didn't know what it was. So this is very, very cool stuff. I'm a big fan of Alex Chilton, so very happy to get this release. Down to our last two, more contemporary. Here's a indie UK band that I've been getting into quite a bit. Their current LP is on the wall behind me called Some Like It Hot. Bar Italia is the name right there. So I picked up another one of their LPs, and this is called Tracy Denham, I think from 2022, 2023. Their third LP, that one is their fifth up there. So I love that record a lot. It is just crazy, crazy indie guitar, hook music, catchy music. It's phenomenal. A little shoegazy, but a lot of fun. And this also fits the bill with that as well. This is a little bit more of a slow burn for me. There's a lot more tracks on here. There's 15 or 16 tracks in total. Some of it can sound a little bit samey, but I can see where they're going, like getting here, and then leading up to Some Like It Hot behind me up there on the wall. But that's by no means a disparaging review. It's really excellent. Nothing to show in the back. Pretty bland. And the only thing, you know, my only bone to pick is, you know, this is another one of those LPs where everything just comes in like a black sleeve, fingerprints everywhere. And there's the track listing right there. So excellent UK indie pop right here. Bar Italia with Tracy Denham. So certainly worth picking up. But certainly I can't speak highly enough of Some Like It Hot, which is their current LP right behind me. All right, and last LP, I'm back in the shoegaze fold, back into listening to current shoegaze bands, courtesy of Richard and his VinylTaphouse. And this is the new LP from a band called They Are Gutting a Body of Water. That's the name of the band. The name of the LP is called Lotto. I'll turn this over in the back so you can see They Are Gutting a Body of Water is there, and the acronym they go by is TAGAVO. So this is a contemporary shoegaze band from Philadelphia. I picked up their previous release based upon Richard's video called Lucky Styles, and it's a fantastic record. This also is, if shoegaze is your jam, or it's a genre you listened to and liked back in the day, but you don't know where to start or pick it up again, you certainly can't go wrong with this. This is a little bit more, I'll say, straightforward shoegaze in a way. It's definitely, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's very drony and sludgy, and a lot of the vocals and everything is just buried in the mix, but there's a lot more acoustic elements in this, and actually some of the tracks have the vocals up front as well. It's an excellent record. It's really phenomenal. So I got to want to give Richard a lot of credit just for getting me back into the genre and enjoying this type of music all over again. So once again, the name of the LP is Lotto, and the name of the band is called They Are Gutting a Body of Water. All right, that's it. That's all that I had for this round of LPs that I picked up. Maybe I'll try and get a video out there next month, which would be July of 2026. And also, before I forget, I'm looking forward to getting together again for the VC get-together in Buffalo, courtesy of Mike and Patty hosting a whole bunch of us. I met a lot of great people for the first time last year. It was the first year that I went. I'm looking forward to seeing those friends again and hanging out, having some laughs, and making some new friends as well. So I am booked, plane ticket, hotel, I'm ready to go. So if you're going, I'll see you there in Buffalo next month in July. Until then, with everything going on out there today, we know what it's like. Things are crazy, things are nuts. Let's just try and be kind to one another. Thanks for watching as always. Appreciate the like and the comments. Until next time, take care.